live now.
All right, well, hello everyone again. Welcome back to an exciting day of racing for this league. It's ISRL Esports, and we are back again for another great race for Tier 2. Today, we're going to have 3 different tiers racing all on Sundays nowadays, so this is going to be very, very exciting and very action-packed Sundays, especially when there's no real racing going on, so thank you for the league for doing that. And with you guys tonight again in the commentator booth is Blin Machine, and with me tonight again is ISRL Estunik. How's it going, my friend?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
All
Excited
right.
for this one.
Yeah, I heard that Tier 2 earlier today was, or Tier 3, sorry, was very, very exciting as well. So we're hoping for more action.
Oh, we should. First race of the season, Albert Park. It's always spicy.
Absolutely, and this is why we love coming here and seeing all the action that's happening. And we've got quite a few people coming out on track already. Looking at, let me see here, who do we have that's coming out? Lots and lots of cars, actually. We've got Lorenzo and ISRL Mushroom. We've got quite a few people coming back this season that I have seen in previous seasons here in ISRL. Last season, I've seen Havoc and Vaslowski and ISRL Mushroom, obviously, that I've seen him race in quite a few different tiers this season as well.
Yeah, I was just checking the stream. Everything seems good. Volume seems perfect. Looks like we're set to go.
All right, that's good to hear. So yeah, thank you for everybody that's already joining the stream right now. I've seen quite a few people. Feel free to leave comments and let us know if we're missing out on anything, on any sort of action that's going on track. But yeah, just wanted to go over some cool statistics here. So just looking at last season's finishers, we had some people that I see back in this season again in the same tier. The likes of Cruz 9K, who almost won the whole competition last year. He's down in 19th right now because he hasn't set any lap time yet, but I'm sure that he's going to come out there and do some impressive times. Who else do we have here? Let me take a look. Oh yeah, so yeah, Chilmo. Yeah, and actually, I see my own name on last season standings. I forgot that I raced for a couple of races in Tier 2.
Oh yeah, you did the, what was it, Austria, right?
Yeah, I think I did Austria. I think I did one more race where I got disconnected, unfortunately, so didn't go very well for me, so I decided from there on that I'll just stick to Tier 3. And yeah, unfortunately didn't end up getting the championship last season. I missed out by a few points, well, about 70 or so. But I did secure second place after joining quite late into the season. So, but this season, obviously, I'll be racing in Tier 1, which is going to be later on tonight as well, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'm also seeing the likes of Spoon out on track, who's also somebody who raced in Tier 2 last season, ended up finishing in 11th place. Cruz 9K finished 3rd, and he was only 12 points away from winning the championship, so I'm sure that he's coming back this season with a huge vengeance.
He's got something to prove. He got taken out by a rival driver over some moves done previously in previous corners at Austria, and he was intentionally taken out, and mathematically he would have ended up winning the championship. So Cruz definitely has some unfinished business, so to speak.
Absolutely, and hopefully we'll see some of that turn out to be action on track. So let's stay tuned here. We've got a couple of people that have already set a couple of pretty decent times here. Jadiant 001, he set a 121.9, so right off the bat we're into the 121s. That's very nice to see that we've got a very competitive grid here today. We've got LAS Chris 85, who's set a 122.7, and now Mr. Cool X just setting a 121.8. So just like I said, yeah, we've got lots of people going out on track, setting quick laps. Everybody's pretty much setting the quickest lap as they're crossing the line behind each other. I'm guessing they're probably catching a little bit of slipstream or just overall track progression as well. We're just going to have to wait and see. Yesterday was a very exciting qualifying session before we even got to the race. What are your expectations for today?
Pretty much a bit of the same thing. Oh, as we're on... okay, actually, that was just chaos in motion as Ilkovic looked like he was coming around to set his lap, lost it, but the oversteer sent him straight into the pit. No harm, no foul. That was that was awesome. But pretty much same thing. We saw it today. We saw it yesterday. Just a lot of tight racing, some incidents, people losing it in turns 11 and 12. We had the two Ferraris earlier today in the same lap. DNF right there in that complex. I'm not going to mention the complex. Very difficult couple of corners to get through for some of the drivers. And like I said yesterday, there's two safety cars. I think we could be looking at probably another two today. Strategy is going to be huge.
Yeah, especially considering that we've got some drivers, as you said, that have something to prove here today. This is the season opener of what's going to be a very short season, only 7 races in total, as we're anticipating, of course, the release of the new F1 2020 game coming very, very soon in July. So this is just going to be sort of a get-to-know-each-other sort of season. It's going to be, all in for the kill because you've only got 7 races to go, so every single point matters. You have to capitalize on every situation, and anything you can do, just push to the limit on every single race. So I think this is going to be very action-packed, and this is why I'm very happy to be commentating on another race in this league and in this season because yeah, this is going to be exhilarating, and I think the best word for this season is just going to be dangerous, as we've seen from the first couple of races already in the season.
Oh, yeah. Trying to see who's out there setting laps right now.
So I was actually following Jordan
Prix.
JT, who currently is in 6th place, but he had actually an incident coming into turn 1. I think, was he involved with Kovacic?
Yeah, he's validated. He might have been. I was looking at Cruz, who's out now. I'm going to ride along with him for his purple sector 1 on the mediums as well.
Very nice from him. So that means he's already on the attack. Coming into turn 9 now. Very hard braking zone. Then you could kind of catch the exit on turn 10. And the traffic doing a great job getting out of his way. And now to the most exciting part of this track. 11 and 12. Oh, getting the back stepping out on him a little bit, going a bit wide, but staying within the track limits, and he's able to continue on with what seems to be so far going to be pretty good overall. Good lap. Let's see where he's going to end up on the standings. Coming now through 14, and now just 15 and 16 to go. Left-hander, hard braking, and then you got to get smooth acceleration out of this corner onto the finish straight. And opening up the DRS, he's all out of ERS, so definitely didn't use it exactly like he wanted to, and that only puts him in 4th position now.
Not far off the pace.
And he is on the mediums, just like you mentioned, so he's definitely in a pretty good position right now. The top 3 are all out there right now on their soft tires, and the leader, the pole position currently, yeah, he's also on the soft tire, so I think just like we've seen in Tier 4 on, last night, that people are sort of switching their qualifying strategy through the session.
Oh, yeah, you gotta play it by ear. It's all about whether you want the track position to start or whether or not you want the tires to go deeper in the race with the heavier fuel. It's just...
All right, and we've got a new pole leader right now with ISRL Mushroom, who just crossed the line with a 121.1, so that is a huge improvement. Let's go on board with Mr. Cool X. He's coming into turn 1 now, getting a pretty good cut on there. Good exit as well, opening up the DRS now, heading down into turn 6, turn 3, which is a really hard right-hander, and then swooping around into 4. Now we're coming into 5, which is just a little bit of a curb going to the right side. Let's see what sort of a sector he puts in. He puts in a 26.9. He's 1/10 down currently on ISRL Mushroom, but still overall not a bad lap. He'll be able to jump himself up a few positions. And now coming on to the exit of turn 10 that isn't straight, turning to the left, and then again into 11 and 12. Does set the second sector into purple, so getting overall pretty good lap. We're seeing Havoc there who spun out on the exit of turn 12. So first victim to come out of that corner that's already spun out and missed out on possibly a good time. But now Mr. Kulex only got a couple more corners to go, but he's got a bit of traffic. It's trying to get out of his way. Overall, they did a pretty good job. And now opening up the DRS on the start-finish straight, running out of ERS as well. Seems to be a trend, and he goes second, 121.3. So only about 1.2 or 0.12 seconds away from Mushroom. Not bad at all with 7.5 minutes to go still.
Yeah, times are ramping up.
And looks like Cruz is back in the pits, and he might be thinking about putting on those soft tires and going out for maybe another run. I don't think you can do more than one run on those mediums in qualifying without really sacrificing your strategy in the race, because you'll have to pit much earlier. You'll be running with much more wear to start. And now JDent 001 is on a quick lap as well. Let's see how he does. He's coming into the end of the second sector now, running through 11 and 12. Getting a pretty good smooth run there.
Keeping the speeds up through that.
And coming into 13, pretty smooth as well. 14, a little bit slow, not downshifting, staying in 6th gear, which is a little bit rare. I haven't really seen drivers do that, and he goes into the pits. Yeah, so he completely backed out of that one, and looks like we've got some people coming out right now. LAS Chris is on his out lap. Lorenzo is on the quick lap right now. Let's see how he's doing as he's coming into turn 9, exiting 10. Getting a little bit of a tail whip on the back, but managing to keep it together. Mushroom, or who was it that just improved there? I saw somebody that went a little bit quicker. Yeah, Mushroom is coming out on another out lap with 6 minutes to go in this qualifying session. In terms of predictions for this race, Astunik, what do you think we're going to see?
There's a lot of different faces combined, product of Tier 3 and Tier 2 from last season, just squeezed. We got Damsey was Tier 3, Kozlovsky, you had, who else did we have? Yuri's Kochek, Ikovichik, they all Tier 3 moving up to Tier 2, so right now it's looking like Mushroom's got the pace. He's going out for another lap.
And in terms of podium finishers, who do you think is going to be in the running tonight?
Well, it's just can't count Damsey out. Damsey showed tremendous pace at the end of the last season, so he actually hasn't even set a lap yet.
All right, let's go on board with Mushroom right now, who is coming out on his out lap, having a little bit of an issue coming in through the last couple of corners before he starts the lap. I think probably changing his ERS settings and getting set up for the start of the lap, and he's coming across the line now on the start-finish straight. This is probably going to be one of his only chances to get another run in here, as long as he gets it nice and clean. Turn 1 and 2, so good. So far, so good. Opening up the DRS and coming into turn 3 now. Hard on the brakes. Turn right, kiss the apex, and then you gotta get a smooth run through the left-hander here, and another smooth run through the right-hander, kissing the apex again. Getting a really good run so far, coming to the end of Sector 1. Let's see if it's good enough for Purple. It is not, but he's only down by 0.60 of a second, so he's very, very close. Let's see now coming into Turn 9. Getting a good cut on that inside apex and a good run on the outside apex, and now on the exit of turn 10 onto the isn't straight, coming into 11 and 12, the most exciting two corners. He does get the second sector purple, so that means he's on a pretty good run overall, trying to extend his pole position standing right now. The closest to him, Mr. Cool, with a 121.3, so this might be a 120. He's already down by over a tenth, so as long as he can keep it clean through the last couple of corners here, left-hander and just the right-hander getting a good smooth run through there. And he goes into the pits, completely taking out the pit pole as well. and just abandoning that lap. I'm not sure why he would do that, but he does have just enough time to put on another set and go again. But that was good enough for Paul. I'm not sure if he was aware of that or not. Next up to cross the line here, we've got LAS Chris 85. He's coming into the last couple of corners now, downshifting into second gear and also going into the pit. So a couple of people abandoning their runs. Maybe they're thinking they're not good enough. And maybe they're trying to steal that track progression towards the very, very end of the session. Cruz is about to cross the line on another set of medium tires. Let's see if he can do any better here. No, he stays in 6th.
Jediant's on a fast lap, coming through Sector 3.
Yeah, and he's coming into the last couple of corners as well. People doing a great job getting out of his way there. I've seen people jumping onto the gravel pretty much. Getting a really wide run through the last corner, but he's coming up to the line now. And he goes second. That was very impressive. 121.289, so only a 10th exactly down on Mushroom. So far, he's the closest one to challenge him.
That was a great lap.
Let's see, we've got Spoon on a fast lap as well. He did very, very well last season. I'm pretty sure he was up in the top 5 positions or so. So let's see what he can do here today. He's currently in 6th. He's on a brand new set of soft tires. And he doesn't seem to be running very fast. I think this is, yeah, he seems to be abandoning this lap. All right, so only a minute 45 to go. Chilmo is coming into Sector 3 right now to the end of the lap. He's also going very slow. I don't think he's trying right now, so he's probably going to try and go for another lap. Next up, yeah, he's not going into the pits. He's going to start a fast lap. He's got 95% ERS, so he did very good to save it on the previous lap. Let's see what he can do here today. He definitely wants to improve from his 9th place. Coming through turn 1 and 2. Very nicely done. Open up the DRS and into turn 3. Let's see if he can keep this pace going. Oh, running very wide through turn 3 onto the curb, getting the backs as well, so that's going to lose him a couple of tenths at least. And now he's coming into turn 6. Very nicely done through there. But again, I'm not really sure if this is going to be enough because of that wide run through turn 3. And he's on the exit of turn 10 now, coming into 11 and 12. Let's see if he's going to be able to improve at all. He's 4 tenths down on pole, so that's definitely not going to be helping him out right now. He's probably going to end up jumping a couple of positions, maybe to about 6th or 7th, but it's not going to be enough to challenge for those top 3 or the front row. Let's go on board with Mr. Cool, who's currently on the fast lap. And actually, yeah, Mr. Cool is going to be the only person who can really challenge Mushroom right now since Jediant is in the pits. So Mr. Cool does set the first purple sector and getting a pretty good run through the exit of turn 7, coming into turn 9 right now. Hard on the brakes, right-hander kissing the apex on both sides. Very nice run through there. Let's see if he's going to get the second purple sector as well on this lap. ISRL Mushroom has retired. I think he has had an issue, and in the meantime, Mr. Cool X is setting the second sector into purple as well. So he's getting a very, very good run here. Definitely challenging for pole. Now coming in through turn 13. Only a few more corners to go. As long as he can keep it together. 14. And now only 15 and 16 to go. He's pretty much the only person right now on a really quick lap that can really challenge for pole, and he's definitely heading in to do that right now. Let's see, only a few more seconds to go, and
he's done it.
120.6. And he's done it by quite a bit as well. Yeah, 120.6.
Albiku into the pits.
I don't think we've got anybody else really running out there right now that could challenge.
Dancy, while we're sitting here, apparently put in a lap. P7.
Yeah, he's gotten into 7th place. Not bad at all. And the only person that I see right now that has decided to stay on those medium tires is Cruise 9K, so he's definitely going for that long strategy. But from what we've seen so far in the first couple of races in this season, do you think that's going to be smart, or are we expecting a couple of safety cars?
You got to expect a couple safety cars around here. Just the first corner, the first lap of the first race of the season. But sometimes you got to gamble.
All right, so let's run through the finishing grid and qualifying so far. As it looks right now, it's going to be Mr. Cool X on pole position with ISRL Mushroom in second place, starting on the front row. Jedi in third. Yeah, and unfortunately we cut away from that, so we'll have to come back to that again. But yeah, Mr. Cool X, very, very, very impressive lap. Right towards the end of the session, stealing it by over half a second. And coming back to it again, Mr. Cool X, ISRL Mushroom, Jedi in third, LAS Chris in fourth place. Fifth goes to Lorenzo, Spoon in sixth, Damsey in seventh, Cruz in eighth, the only one starting on the medium tires in the top 10. Alex Ja in ninth, Chilmo in 10th, Kovacic in 11th, Terminal Deity, again also starting on mediums, in 12th, Fallen Monkeys in 13th, Elbico in 14th, Vozlovsky in 15th, Yuri Skochek in 16th, Jordan JT in 17th, Havoc had a moment there and spun out in 18th, and Muddock is going to round up the grid in 19th place. So, this is already turning out to be a very, very exciting season. As I've said before, this is going to be a very short season, only 7 total races to go. And this is race 1. So, let's see what we're going to expect here today. So, in terms of pole position, that went to oh my god, Jesus, it's just completely Mr. Cool X. So he's a new driver in this league, am I right?
No, he was in Tier 1 last year, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay. So we should expect a good pace from him as well then. But in terms of the other podium challengers, I'm thinking, you know, ISRL Mushroom and Cruz K is definitely going to bounce back through the field. In terms of Mr. Cool X, if he can keep his cool, no pun intended, he might be able to have a really good points gain here today.
Yeah, it's the first race. Everybody's wanted to come out strong in the first race, so elbows will be out.
Yeah, and later on tonight we've also got Tier 1 of this season, of this league, of ISRL Esports. That one's going to have a little bit of a different qualifying structure. We're going to be going for the full qualifying, am I correct?
Yes, it will be all 3 qualifying sessions.
Absolutely, that should definitely turn things, turn things into more interesting strategies and how everybody's going to have to plan it out. I think, Q1, Q2 is very, very crucial, and what tires you use and all of that kind of stuff. And also in terms of endurance, I think, because the session is going to run for a little bit longer, that's going to put a little bit more pressure on the drivers. Myself included, actually, because I'm commentating right before the session.
Yep.
So this should be very, very interesting here tonight. Alright, so yeah, just to run you guys through the grid again and remind you how qualifying went. Mr. Cool X stole qualifying by over half a second from ISRL Mushroom, is starting in second place, Jedi in third, LAS Chris is going to be in fourth, Lorenzo in fifth, Spoon in sixth, starting in a very good position actually for him. I've seen him in previous races. He can definitely gain positions throughout the field through. So I'm expecting him to bounce up as well. And then we've got Damsey in 7th, Cruz 9K in 8th. He's got something to prove in this season, as we've mentioned a couple of times already. And then we've got Alex Ja and Chilmo in 10th, rounding up the top 10. And yeah, so those are going to be very interesting people to watch. Anybody else that we should watch out for, Studek?
I think the big one that we should, I don't even know how we've glossed over this, Mushroom. What is the first couple laps where he's battling right there at the front are going to be very telling. Had some trouble with the penalties, just trying. If there's anybody who has something to prove, it's got to be Mushroom, that he can race cleanly and competitively. He has the pace. He's super fast. You've seen it in qualifying. He just has to keep it clean up his racing, and he could be a champion.
And everybody's coming back from their formation lap. Hopefully they've got their tires all warmed up, their temperatures right, and we're getting ready to start what's going to be round 1 of only 7 races in Season 2 of ISRL Esports, and this is Tier 2 getting ready, and we're looking for the lights to go on in just a couple of seconds here. Alright, we've got 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we're off to racing in Australia for Tier 2 of ISRL Esports for Season 2. Let's see what we get into the first corner. Mr. Cool manages to keep his lead, but then goes a little bit wide there. Giant goes wide as well. We've got somebody spinning out into turn 2. We've got massive carnage towards the back. People spinning out everywhere and damage everywhere. I'm seeing Chill Mo is completely retired. I'm seeing front wings flying everywhere, and we've got a safety car. So just looking through the field, I'm looking at Alex Jai. He's definitely got damage. Terminal Deity, he's got damage. LBQ just DNF'd. He just retired in the middle of the track. I'm not sure if he had... yeah, he's got a severe collision with somebody there. And Damsey's dropped down all the way down to 18th place. So lots of losers out of that situation. I'm not really seeing anybody who's gained too many positions out of it.
Let's bring up the position change here. Damsey drops 10. Jordan, JT, and Havoc seem to have... And Mo has left the session. It's all gone wrong so early.
Absolutely, and unfortunately I really missed out on who it was that sort of caused the collision and how it all started up, but definitely a lot of people with damage out of that turn 1 and 2 incident. And I was trying to follow back to see what was going on, but I mean, people were spinning out everywhere, and there was I think it was Damsey who went all around, because as he was coming out of turn 2, he went onto the grass, and that spun himself out. So yeah, we've got some people in the pits already. LES Chris, Spoon. I'm guessing some more people that have damage are gonna go in. Next up, yeah, Alex Ja is into the pits as well. So yeah, safety car is out on turn 2 of lap 1.
We predicted safety cars. I didn't think it would happen that early. The leaders got through fine. Top 3, nothing changed.
Yeah, and we've got a few people that actually managed to gain a couple of positions out of that. So we've got Lorenzo moved up 1 position. Fallen Monkeys starting all the way down in 13th place is now running in 5th. Terminal Deity, he's also running in 6th right now, starting in 12th, so he definitely managed to gain a few positions there. Cruise 9K also managed to gain 1 position. Vazlovsky gained 7 positions. Jordan JT, Havoc 21, Yuri, Muddock, they all have risen up the grid. And on the other side of things, you've got LES Chris, who've dropped down 10 positions all the way down to 14th. But he did pit, so I'm not sure if he decided to switch over to a different strategy or if he had any sort of damage from the first couple of corners on lap 1.
This shakes things up a bit. That's for sure. You got faster guys at the back right now. Looking, what did they put on? Let's check that. Let's see what tire they put on. Yeah, they've all put on the mediums, trying to go deep.
Yep.
And I think they're all safety car, absolutely.
Exactly, yeah. I was just gonna say they're probably betting on the fact that there might be another safety car that will come out later in the race, and that will give them a chance to jump back into the pits and switch on to maybe another set of softs, depending on how late it comes out. So already here we've got an interesting turn of events. We had very major incident coming into turn 2 with quite a few cars getting tangled up. We've got 2 DNFs already. That's Chill Mo and Elbiku. Chill Mo didn't even make it through turn 2. He was pretty much DNF'd right there, so that's very, very unfortunate for him. He's definitely going to be trying and recover some of those points in the coming races. Again, it's a very short season, so not many races to capitalize on. You got to do your best on everything you get. But so far, yeah, very interesting start. We're running under safety car on lap 3 of 29. I'm hoping that we will see the safety car coming in at the end of this lap, and we'll be back to proper racing here in Australia. Australia always delivers really, really exciting racing and good wheel-to-wheel action, but unfortunately we didn't get to see a chance to see that just yet.
Oh no, it's just throwing a monkey wrench to this whole race. You're gonna see a bunch of people trying to charge from the back. So you're gonna find the pace of everybody now. It's only gonna get better.
Let's hope so. That's exactly what we would like to see. Now, pit strategy definitely got shaken up already a little bit for most of these drivers, except for the people at the front who decided not to pit. So that would be Mr. Cool, ISRL Mushroom, Jedian, Lorenzo, and Fallen Monkeys. Terminal Deity, he is still on the tires he started on, and so are pretty much everybody down to 13th place. But now we've got a mix of different tires throughout the grid, and we did just get the message. Safety car is coming in on this lap, so let's get settled in and ready for what should be a very, very interesting and exciting race here in Australia for round 1 of Tier 2 of Season 2 in ISRL Esports. I'm seeing more and more people joining the stream. Thank you for everybody who's joined so far and everybody who's watching. Leave your comments. Let us know if there's anything we're missing out on, or if there's anybody you're rooting for in this race.
Very eager to go.
Absolutely. He's pretty much running side by side right now with Mr. Cool X, and it looks like Mr. Cool X is gone wide on the restart, and that lets Jedian go through as well.
This is exactly what Mushroom needed to happen.
It looks like Mushroom got through. Mr. Cool X managed to gain the position back from Jedian, but now they're battling into turn 1 together with Lorenzo as well, who's very, very close behind them. And now Lorenzo's got Fallen Monkeys very close behind them, also battling for that position. So this is already a very, very good restart. Let's keep on watching here for what's going to happen. Jedian is falling back a little bit on Mr. Cool X, and now Mushroom is pulling out over a 1-second lead already. So now it's all up to Lorenzo to try and battle through the field. Oh my god, we've got somebody else touching the wall now. That was Terminal Deity. I think he went and touched the wall a little bit, so now he's got a bit of damage, and now let's Cruise 9K past him. So he's up into 6th position already. The highest running medium tire runner right now in this race. And everybody's sort of spacing out now. Jedian is actually closing in on Mr. Cool X now. He's only half a second behind. We've got a yellow flag at Sector 2, and that seems to be a Williams that spun out and had a moment. That, I think, is Damsey.
Yeah, Damsey lost it coming out of turn, I believe that's 10.
So very unfortunate for him. Not a very good start. He started up in, I think, 5th or 6th place, and he's all the way down 17th right now. He's the last runner in the grid. We've got the 2 McLarens pretty much battling for 2nd position right now. That's Mr. Cool X and Jedian. Terminal Deity is into the pit, so he definitely got some damage from touching that wall. And now Lorenzo is actually falling back. He's second behind the front runners. Cruise 9K is on a charge through the field. He's closing in very, very quickly on Fallen Monkeys. He's only 4/10 behind now. So he is, yeah, he's on a mission here today.
Oh, he has to be. He knows it's a short season. He knows what he missed out, what was essentially robbed of him. He's got to have a fire burning.
Alright, and I'm watching as he's trying to make a move on Fallen Monkeys, closing in on every single corner. He's down to 2/10 now, so he's very, very quick, putting in some really good lap times, but he's also playing it very smart. I'm watching as he's sort of coming off the throttle a little bit when he sees Fallen Monkeys falling back a little bit. So definitely very, very smart driving from him. And now they're coming into turn 12. Is he going to do anything here? Not exactly. He thought about it, but Fallen Monkeys defended really, really hard. We've got another yellow flag in Sector 3, and that seems to be Kozlovsky. He's back.
Happened?
He's back up now, but we've got another safety car, and Lorenzo is into the pits. So is Fallen Monkeys, and so is Cruz.
Oh, these boys have played it perfectly here. They've played it absolutely perfectly.
So we've got 2 safety cars on lap 6.
Well, goes back onto the mediums. It's gonna be a 2-stop.
Yeah, we've got Jordan JT in the pits, Kozlowski, Damsey, Alex, Ja, Lorenzo, Cruz, Fallen Monkeys. All of them have decided to on this perfect opportunity and change their tires. They've all gone onto a brand new set of mediums, except for Damsey and Kozlowski, who have decided to go on the hards. We've also actually got Terminal Deity, who's also decided to go on the hards. That's going to be very interesting to see if they'll be able to get through the field quickly enough.
This is shaking everything up. Everybody is just everywhere. There's 4 different strategies going on. This is madness.
Very unpredictable. I mean, lap 6 to have 2 safety cars already. You know, if this was Monaco, I'd believe it, but in Australia, I'm not sure if this is just, you know, a little bit of inexperience from some of the newer drivers, or if it's just eagerness from all of the drivers on the grid to get as many points as possible and as best of a result as possible in this short season.
It's good for us, I can tell you that.
And Albico has now left the session after having an early DNF on lap 1 just after the safety car came out. It looked like he had a bit of contact when he got involved in that first incident, but then he also spun out on the next corner after that, and that pretty much took him out of the race. So unfortunate for him, as well as Chill Mo, 2 very early retirements in this race. We had a lot of people with damage and had to do early pit stops. Just looking at the stops right now, we've got some people on the field that have already made 2 stops so far, like Spoon, Alex Ja, and Damsey have all made 2 stops. And then we've got a few people with 1 stop. Kovacic deciding to go into the pits on the 2nd lap on the safety car, so he's going to drop pretty much all the way down to the back of the field. I'm not sure if that was good timing from him. And Cruz 9K.
It's put Monkeys, Cruz, Jordan, Lorenzo, Damsey are all on these fresh tires where everybody ahead of them. You're going to have the top 4 having to pit all on used softs. Then you got
Cruz 9K,
Chris,
unfortunately,
Yuri.
just got a 5 penalty
no.
there for exceeding track limits. I'm sure that's going to be one that he will be submitting for review, as we mostly know, or most of us do know, about the glitch that exists within the safety car code. When you run certain corners on certain tracks a little bit wide, even by a couple of millimeters, instead of giving you a warning, it just gives you an instant 5 or even that 10-second penalty I've seen in a couple of other leagues that I race in. So yeah, this is all throwing a lot of wrenches into the works here today, but as you said, this is good for us. It gives us quite a bit to commentate on. And I want to touch on the 2 McLarens of Mr. Cool X and Jediant. They're both running in top 3 right now. If they're able to keep that going, that's going to be a very, very strong finish for the McLaren team.
It would be, and it seems that Havoc is having connectivity issues as he was kicked again. Safety car in this lap.
Yeah, safety cars coming in, and ISRL Mushroom just slammed on the brakes there. Oh, and Cruz got a 10-second penalty just as I was talking about that. Yeah, and now he's got another 5-second. I'm not sure what's going on with him, or if he just had maybe a wheel issue or a controller issue. Those definitely do happen as well. I was robbed of a win in AOR racing a few years back because my internet completely disconnected, so that was fun.
It's the game you play.
Yes, absolutely, and it's league racing, which is absolutely unpredictable.
They both go wide again in the McLaren sideways.
And that lets ISRL Mushroom get a really good restart as the safety car is now pulled into the pits, but we've still got the yellow flag on the track. There we go. Now we're back to green flag racing. And now Mr. Cool X and Jediant are battling into turn 1, battling between the teammates, but they managed to make it through there, as now Jediant has LAA Chris behind him, and he's going down the inside as Jediant gets a really bad run out of the exit of turn 2. And now LAS Chris is up into the podium positions in 3rd. So Jediant is going to have to battle back through the field again. Yuri Kocic is now up into 5th 5th place, and we've got a Sector 1 and 2 yellow flag. I think somebody came together there. Looked like there was a couple of people that were close together coming into turn 3. So that might have been what's going on there. But yeah, this restart was a little bit hectic as we had the top two, or the runners in 2nd and 3rd going really, really wide and losing their positions.
How is Mushroom?
I'm not sure what happened to Mushroom, but it seems like he's dropped down to 4th.
Oh no, McLaren! Mr. Cool is out.
Mr. Cool losing it on the exit of turn 12. We've got a VSC. Mushroom has major damage on the front wing.
Terminal deity as well. Everybody losing. This is madness.
I have not seen anything like this in quite a while, to be completely honest. Yeah, we've got a virtual safety car just 1 lap after we got restarted from a 2nd safety car, and we're only on lap 8 of 29 in this race. So this is extremely exciting. Action everywhere. Mushroom gets a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pits, and he's got to change his front wing as well. So everything going wrong for him today. And now LAS Chris is up into the 1st position, running out there by almost a second and a half over Jediant in 2nd, who's on an old set of soft tires. So he's going to have to pit very, very soon.
You know who's loving this? Jordan JT, Monkeys, and Damsey, Lorenzo,
and Yuri.
They're all, well, they're at 7, 8, and 8 lap old tires, the podium positions, but back from 5th down to 11th, all on the fresh rubber.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten DRS enabled yet in this race, and we're now on lap 9 just because of...
there it goes. Oh my
Yuri
goodness.
into the wall completely.
This is insane.
And I'm sure this is going to bring out another virtual safety car, of course.
This is wild.
I have no idea what is happening today. I'm not sure if everybody's driving drunk or
it's just gone. It's Australia.
Yeah, everything is upside down, I guess.
Why do we... How do you make predictions about a race like that? You can't. You cannot.
And Jediant decides to stay out. He continues on 8 lap old soft tires. So we saw in Tier 4 people getting punctures after 9 laps on those softs. This is going to be puncture danger zone for him, definitely.
I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know. We've seen it yesterday. I think it was it Chris who got a puncture?
I think so, yeah. And now, you know, if I had to put my money on anyone, I would say that Fallen Monkeys and Jordan JT are probably in the running for the win in this race, because LAS Chris probably most likely is going to have to make another stop, and Jediant is going to be losing time by the handful on the next couple of laps if he doesn't go into the pits. And Jordan JT is already putting a move on Fallen Monkeys. He's closing in very quickly, and behind him his own teammate Damsey, who has dropped all the way down back into the bottom of the field and now is back up into 5th position because of all the carnage and all the safety cars and everything else that's happened. He is now in a very good position together with his teammate to make an attack out onto the podium.
You got to remember, he was in 16th, spun around, and had wing damage and pit under the 1st safety car.
Oh, Fallen Monkeys wide! And now Jordan JT is up into 3rd, Damsey up into 4th, Lorenzo up into 5th.
This is total madness.
We need multiple angles for this. I'm not sure why Codemasters hasn't figured this out now. We need like split screen, multiple angles so we can follow multiple drivers, because action is happening everywhere on track. And guess what? Jediant continuing on 10 lap old softs. I mean, okay, I understand we had 2 safety cars, so you really only ran about 4 or 5 laps under those actual tires, but they must be screaming by now.
They have to be. We saw it yesterday, 11, I think it was 12 laps, and there was a puncture. Either he's Lewis Hamilton when it comes to tire management, or he's just absolutely rolling the dice here.
And he's lost a second and a half over that last lap to LAS Chris. So yeah, he's definitely losing a lot of time now. Going back now to 4th place, Lorenzo is trying to put a move on Damsey, and behind him, Jordan JT is trying to make up positions.
Damsey from the back of the field to podium position on the prime tire that he might be able to eke these out to the end.
He's definitely going until the end on those ones, and Lorenzo getting a very wide run through the exit of turn 12. Definitely not helping him out here as he's coming into turn 13 now. He does seem to be closing in on Damsey, but as you said, those tires are not going to last for Lorenzo as long as those hards are going to last for Damsey. So he's in a great running for even maybe a win here tonight. And finally, Jediant in the pits.
It had to be done. He's rolled the dice and put all his... Oh, no! Damsey into the back of Lorenzo, and he has damage again. Oh, he tried the switchback, it just didn't work.
Yeah, he's missing an end plate now, and that is letting Jordan JT catch up. Now, I'm not sure how much communication those two do, but it seems like they do quite a bit because Damsey just went completely off track to let his teammate pass. So that was some team commands there.
Yeah, you have to do it. You have to maximize points.
Absolutely, especially in this 7-race-long season. That's all we get. So, I mean, you know, in this season, I bet you any money that the winners and all the tiers are going to be separated by probably less than 5 points from each other. And, you know, judging from the first couple of races that we've seen so far, there's going to be major incidents coming throughout the season, considering we've also got really exciting tracks like Azerbaijan and Canada and USA and the likes of all of those. And Brazil, yeah.
Looking forward to Brazil. You know, Damsey still somehow has pace to keep up with his teammate with the wing.
And Mushroom gets another 3-second penalty for multiple warnings exceeding the tracks. So, yeah, it's all gone wrong for him. He's currently running in 11th place on a brand new set of soft tires. He's probably going to have to make another pit stop throughout this race as well. I'm not sure if he's going to have any chance of getting back into the podium positions, but he might be able to get back into the points. And Damsey is really staying with his teammate. He's actually putting pressure on him.
He seems to be handling the wing damage quite well. He doesn't have the pace that he had to keep up with Lorenzo, but he's got the tire strategy that can just put him in position. And there's a lot of field spread already.
This is turning out to be one hell of a race as we're now on lap 13 of 29. I'm not sure if we have DRS enabled yet because we had, for the first 10 laps, only safety cars and incidents everywhere. So we're going to have to wait and see until we come into this next DRS zone to see if anybody's got DRS. Does Damsey have DRS on his teammate? Yes. It's been enabled by now. So it looks like it took us about 12 or 11 laps to get that enabled. That lets you, that gives you an idea of how much incidents and how much carnage we had in the first 10 laps of this race. If you guys missed out on that, definitely rewind and watch that back again because I bet you any money it will be one of the best races you've ever seen so far. And so far this season is turning out to be one hell of a season. I'm super excited to be commentating on these races, and I can't wait to see what we're gonna get for the rest of it. And now Damsey is actually making a move on Jordan JT, and he's passed. He's into the 3rd position on turn 1.
No wing, no problem. You think he would have just rode around, but he's actually just going for it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to hurt him at all. He's missing an end plate on the left side of his front wing. Maybe he's running a high... Maybe he's running a little bit of a higher aero setup, and maybe that's not affecting him too much. But he is running a little bit wide on the exits. So I'm sure he's starting to feel it a little bit by now. And now Spoon is catching up to this little train of cars, and he's catching up to Alex Ja. They're up in 6th and 5th position, so that might be him into a good position later on into the race as well. He's running on a slightly older set of hard tires, but he can take those hard tires quite long into the race. And from what I've noticed, especially with hard tires, is they take about probably, you know, a good 8 or 9 or 10 laps just to warm up. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 3. Looks to be a Red Bull that spun out.
Monkeys, he spun around.
And he's got massive damage on his front wing, so Owen running wide through the next corner as well. He will definitely have to pit and get that changed up. Gonna hurt him quite a bit. I think he's probably gonna come out in about 13th or 12th place. And that is letting Kovacic catch up to him as well. So yeah, there we go. Now Fallen Monkeys is into the pits. So yeah, just to remind you guys, out at front, we've got LAS Chris 85, who's currently running in first position with almost a 10-second gap on Lorenzo's running in second. They've done so far so good to stay out of the major incidents and capitalize on all the safety cars and the pit stop strategy changes. Damsey is currently running in third place with his teammate Jordan JT following close behind. Damsey has a little bit of damage on the front wing, but he's managing to put in really quick laps and keeping his teammate and the other cars behind. There's a little bit of a train forming though. That's Jordan JT in fourth, Alex Dry in fifth, and Spoon in sixth. They're all within a second of each other, so they've all got DRS. Oh, and now Alex Ja catching the curb on the outside of turn 12, going really wide, and that lets Spoon get up into fifth position.
Very lucky to save that. Very lucky. We've seen just in this race, it's job done.
And then from there down, we've got Judiant running in seventh place. He's had a few incidents himself, unfortunately, in this race, but he was in a really good position for the first 8 or 9 laps or so. Kovacic is running in eighth. ISRL Mushroom, who was actually qualified in second place and was doing very well for most of the session, but then had a little bit of an incident and dropped down the field. He's actually going into the pits right now as well. He's currently running in ninth, but he's going to drop quite a few positions as Wazlowski now overtakes him. Cruz overtakes him into 10th, and then Muddick is currently running in 12th, but will definitely be gaining a position while Mushroom is in the pits as well. And out of the DNFs, we've got 4 of them so far. Chilmo retired on the first corner pretty much. El Biku also didn't make it through the first lap. Mr. Cool X was running in the lead, was actually our pole sitter here today. We were banking on him to do very, very well, and unfortunately he had a spin on the exit of turn 12 and he went into the wall. And now, yeah, I saw that Spoon having a little bit of a moment on the exit of 12 as well. So those corners catching out quite a few drivers.
Everyone's pushing, and we're just past halfway. This feels like, oh.
And now Jordan JT putting massive pressure. Yeah, he's putting pressure on his teammate. Got DRS open. It seems like Spoon is not able to really gain too much time out of those two battling, and now Jordan JT goes into third place and overtaking his teammate. So Damsey is starting to feel the damage of his damage.
All of this has really just allowed Lorenzo and Chris to just walk away.
And we've got another safety car, ISRL Mushroom. He spun out on the exit of 12 as well. As we were talking about the victims of turn 11 and 12, we've got another one. And that's ISRL Mushroom, who's now out of this...
Cruz with a drive-through penalty for speeding. Yep. Everything has gone wrong for everyone you thought it would go so right for. This is incredible.
Yeah, I don't think anyone that we were predicting to be in podium is currently running anywhere near the top 10, except for Cruz.
And now he's going to serve a drive-through, and he can't serve it under safety car.
So this is definitely going to hurt him, but I think for LAS, Chris, and Lorenzo, who's definitely coming into the pits now, this is going to be just a blessing in disguise, because I mean they're gonna get another chance to pit. We've got 12 laps to go. Lorenzo doesn't pit. He decides to keep his position on track. He does have younger tires than LAS Chris overall.
Oh
so
my goodness, I don't understand the strategy. We've seen some questionable strategy calls so far. I just don't
let's
see
think about
the advantage to staying out. You cannot make it to the end.
But LAS Chris has to make it about 10 laps on soft tires. And I absolutely understand they're going to be very, very quick for the first 5 or 6. But after that, he's not going to be able to attack anymore. And now he's also going to be dropping, well, he's only actually dropped to second place, so he'll be able to keep a really good track position overall.
If he can get in front of Lorenzo, which by the tire, complete difference, he should make quick work of Lorenzo, and he's just going to sail off, and there's nothing you can do. So by the time his tires are worn, oh, we actually do have Jordan and Spoon both pit for softs. Damsey pit for softs.
And Muddock and Cruz.
Cruz, yeah, he's got to serve the drive-through. It would be amazing to see him do something, but it's just his race is hindered.
Absolutely. This race has been up and down and sideways in every possible way you can imagine. This is safety car number 3 in this race, and I'm not even counting the 2 virtual safety cars that we also had in this race. And we've still got 11 laps to go. We're only on lap 18 out of 29. Unbelievable. Honestly, this is the most exciting racing I've seen in a very long time in any league race.
It's just so unpredictable. I couldn't tell you who's going to win right now. I really couldn't. You want to say Chris, but we thought Mr. Cool, Mushroom, they were the guys. They were in the driver's seat, and now they're not even here.
And there we go. Lorenzo decides to pit on this lap of the safety car, and now he's going to come out in about probably 10th or so.
I just don't see what...
Yeah, I'm not really sure if that was the smartest thing to do because, you know, now he's got the whole field pretty much to go through, and considering what we've seen here today with all the safety cars and all the incidents and all the wheel-to-wheel battling that didn't go right, you gotta put that into consideration and think, okay, if I have to get through another 10 cars, if I want to get to the podium positions again, I'm gonna also have to count in the fact that there's a huge chance that I might get into an accident or, you know, DNF.
Tell you what, the last 10 laps of this race are going to be, stick around.
And I would imagine that the safety car will be probably coming in at the end of this this lap because we've only got a few more laps to go, and I know they've put it in the code that if you only got a few laps to go, then they'll try and limit the safety car to 2 laps as long as the whole field is caught up together. But speaking of that, we do have actually Terminal Deity. He's very, very far back on the grid, so not sure if that's going to be the case here today. Let's wait and see as we're now coming into Sector 2.
He's lost it.
So, just to give you a quick update on the grid as it stands right now, and it's been changing second lap by lap, so stay tuned for updates. But so far, we've got LAS Chris 85 is currently running in first place. Jediant 001 is currently running in second. Jordan JT in third. Spoon in fourth. Alex Jar in fifth. Damsey in 6th, Kovacic in 7th, Cruz in 8th, but he's got a drive-through penalty to serve that he wasn't able to serve under the safety car. And then we've got Fallen Monkeys in 9th, Lorenzo in 10th, Muddock in 11th. Lorenzo, just a reminder, he was running in 2nd place, or in 1st technically, when the safety car came out, and then he decided not to pit, but decided to pit on the 2nd lap under the safety car, which we all think is definitely going to hurt him long run. Muddock is currently in 11th, Kozlovsky in 12th, Havoc in 13th, and Terminal Deity in 14th. Wow. I mean, honestly, I don't even know how to describe this race so far and what we've seen so far in Season 2 of ISRL Esports. Tier 4 and Tier 2 that I've had to commentate on so far. I'm completely breathless after.
Yeah, there's just so much stuff going on. It's just the drama. It's anyone's race at this point. You have to say that, considering what you've seen has happened. Anyone could be on the podium at the end of this race.
Yeah, we've seen people that have been leading for, you know, quite a few laps, and then hitting the curb a little bit wrong and spinning out, and that was the end of their race. We've had some people that messed up their pit stops, got penalties, speeding penalties, drive-through penalties. It's, yeah, I mean, anything else can happen. We've still got 9 laps to go, and we're now on lap 3 under the safety car, so I would really imagine that it will be coming in on this lap now, and we're hoping to see the last few laps of lean as possible and as exciting as possible.
It's gonna get good. It's gonna get good.
Leave your predictions in the comments, and we'll see if anybody is going to get it right for the top 3 finishers here today. Also, while we've got this chance, check out the description for all the details on how to join this league and race with us all. As you've seen, it's very exciting, very unpredictable. The grid is extremely competitive, and there's a very good mix of different skill levels. So it's very much a league for everyone. Alright, so we're getting ready for the restart. Safety car is coming in on this lap. We're going to have LAS Chris leading the pack. He needs to pace them out correctly and get a good restart. He's going to be running on a soft tire who's, you know, he's got 9 more laps to do on them, so it's definitely going to be a little bit dangerous to see if he can make it till the end. Behind him, he's got Jediant, who is currently running on medium tires that are only 8 laps old, so I'm sure he's going to put on an attack as we now go racing again in Australia for round 1 of Season 2 of Tier 2 of ISRL Esports. Pretty good restart for LAS Chris. Everybody behind them seems to be doing pretty good. We've got Damsey overtaking Alex Ja already into turn 1, and now he's trying to catch up onto Spoon, who's putting on pressure onto Jordan JT already.
Oh.
And Jordan JT making contact with the back of Jediant and almost spinning him out. No damage visible so far on the front wing, so that was only a light tap, but still getting very, very dangerous and very attacky here.
The 2 racing points at the back. Well, actually, Havoc has left the session, so it's just a ghost, but Chris has got to get an early lead. While the guys on the softs have to get by Jediant, who's on 9 lap. Oh, who's that?
We've got Alex Ja has spun out, and he seems to be parked on the track right now. I'm not sure if he's completely DNF'd or he's just had a massive incident, but yeah, this is not going to help out the clean racing that we were talking about. And now we've got LAS Chris is already 2 seconds ahead of Jediant. Jordan JT is trying to put pressure on Spoon, and behind him, or sorry, on Jediant, and behind him he's got Spoon putting pressure on him, and then Damsey in 5th place, very, very close to Spoon right now. Wow, this is absolutely amazing to watch right now. LAS Chris putting in the fastest lap of the race so far, 123.8. We've got another yellow flag in Sector 3. Oh, and Spoon going for a move on Damsey and not quite making a mistake. He does get ahead, but he almost touched there, and they almost had a massive incident. Now Cruz is catching up to them. He's going down the inside of the both of them. 3 wide into turn 3. Damsey gets up into 4th, and out of all of that, I can't believe they didn't make contact and nobody has put out. Now there's massive damage and touching at the back there. Muddock and Fallen Monkeys making contact and having an incident.
Cruz as well got a bit of oversteer.
Absolutely incredible. I can't even keep up with everything that's happening. As soon as I switch from one player to another, there's something happening there, and now Cruz is very, very quickly catching up to Spoon. They're coming into 11 and 12. They get a pretty good run through there. No DRS is enabled yet because we're coming off the safety car just recently. And now he's going down the inside. Let's see if he can make that stick. No, and he's also got damage on the front wing from that earlier incident. And this is all letting Chris get away. He's 3.4 seconds ahead of Jediant now. Jordan JT is just within that second gap, as now we've got DRS enabled. He's going to be trying to close in on Jediant as quickly as possible. Damsey behind them, Spoon behind those, and now Cruz is retired.
Yeah,
what has happened to Cruz?
He's retired in the pits.
And now we've got Alex Ja coming in contact with Havoc and Terminal Deity as well. Oh my goodness, just everything going wrong here for so many drivers today. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1 that seems to be Cruz moving very slowly. I'm not sure if his AI is back on track.
Yes, it acts a little. Oh, the Williams going at each other now.
They are, and that is Damsey moving up into third place right now, overtaking Jordan JT, but he's going to be back on the attack for sure. I know he's got the pace in it, and yeah, they've been battling back and forth pretty much for the whole race. There was a moment there when they led each other through, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore, as we've only got 6 more laps to go. We're on lap 23 out of 29.
Spoon down the inside.
And he makes that one stick up into fourth place, overtaking Jordan JT.
And Lorenzo's brought into the fold as well.
Yeah, he's managed to catch up after making a late pit stop under the safety car. Jordan JT is now under massive attack from Lorenzo. Lorenzo is going to go on the outside into turn 1.
Oh no!
He does make it. Oh no, they make contact, and that means that Jordan JT spins around, and he's probably going to lose a couple of positions. That lets Muddock move up as well, and Lorenzo, and Kozlovsky, and Fallen Monkeys.
Lorenzo just came in a bit too early going into turn 1.
And now Damsey is on podium in third position, running a second ahead of Spoon. So as long as he can keep up with that pace for another 5 laps and keep those soft tires alive, he is going to get his first podium in this season.
Trying to look at the battles on track.
Yeah, it looks like Jordan JT is trying to catch back up to Fallen Monkeys. He doesn't seem to have any damage there. He just had a spin around and went onto the grass. So luckily he didn't touch the wall. He's got 5 laps to catch up to him, so he definitely maybe 8th or 7th, but definitely not where he wanted to be here tonight. He was pretty much in contention for podium.
This has been wild. That's all I can say. This is wild.
Absolutely wild and unpredictable from start to finish. We had 3 safety cars by now, or 2 safety cars and VSCs and everything else. Now Fallen Monkeys has just got a really bad run through the last corner, and that lets Jordan JT go into the attack, going down the inside into turn 1. He makes contact with him a little bit and can't overtake. Fallen Monkeys keeps the position.
Again. The same incident almost again. It's race 1, boys. We still got 6 more after this. Sweating.
Yep. They're all eager for those. Understand that a short season means you have less opportunities for getting really good results. And I think they're attacking a little bit too hard in the first race of the season, but hopefully they will learn from that. But now Damsey is only
all over.
4 tenths behind Jediant within DRS zone as well, so he is really attacking for that second position in this race, trying to improve from his third currently. I'm sure he's got enough pace in those soft tires, but for how long is the question?
He's not even pushing. He's got 100% ERS, whereas Jediant's sitting duck with only 22%, and he's got the DRS. If he doesn't get him here, he surely got him into the seconds.
And this is probably the best battle to watch right now, as we're following Damsey and Jediant battling for second and third position for those last positions on the podium in what has been an absolutely ridiculous race here today. We had action all around from the start of the race all the way up until what is now lap 26 out of 29. Only 3 more laps to go, and it's still honestly anybody's race. Anything can happen, as we've seen drivers retire from the lead a couple of times in this race.
Amazing shot from the helicopter right now. Damsey just all over the back of Jediant.
And this is also sort of letting Spoon back into the battle as well. He's closed in by about a couple of tenths from the last lap. Few more laps to go, so he might be able to put some sort of an attack on the front runners as well, and maybe recover into third or fourth. Dempsey is closing in on Jadine, but not just quite close enough as they're coming into the last few corners on lap 26 to 29. We've got yellow flag in sector 3, and that seems to be a Haas, and that is Muddock that has spun out on the exit of turn 12, and I think he's in the wall. He's back going now, but that's probably going to put him back all the way down the field. And Dempsey not getting a very good run out of the last corner there. So not gaining too much time, but now he gets a great run through turn 1 and 2, and now he's closing in fast on Jadine. Where is it going to go? Inside, outside, he goes down the inside. Doesn't make it stick there, but definitely Jadine is starting to lose his pace on those older medium tires.
A bit risky from Jadine there.
And now Spoon is only 3/10 behind them.
You got to think that this is going to ruin Dempsey's tires. And it's just amazing defense by Jadine to just stay in front with everything he's got.
Yeah, only a couple more laps to go as we're now coming into the exit of turn 10, following Spoon, who's trying to catch up to Dempsey, who is trying to catch up to Jadine. It seems to be going back and forth as Dempsey is closing in on the straights and into certain corners, but then Jadine gets better exits out of other corners and manages to keep his gap in front. So only two more laps to go really in this race. Let's see how this is going to turn out.
Oh, terrible.
Spoon getting
corner.
a terrible run through there. Losing a bunch of time.
Seem to close the gap in these DRS zones. Jadine doing just enough to stay ahead. The time is running
and in
out.
the meantime, also Chris is getting really far ahead of everyone, 5.5 seconds ahead of everyone else right now. So as long as he can keep it together and not spin out and keep those soft tires alive for just a couple more laps, he'll be the winner here today. But Dempsey, Jadine, Spoon, they're all still in contention for this in case anything happens. We don't really know in this one. We're not going to make any more predictions because we've been wrong all along.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. You just gotta think though, the cruise. Well, he's cruising.
Oh, now Spoon is really coming into this one, getting a really good run through 11 and 12, and he's going to be putting an attack on Dempsey as Dempsey almost loses the back. So definitely those soft tires are now starting to feel a little bit of that wear. But Spoon is running on the same sort of tires, those 10-lap-old softs.
You gotta think too, Jadine's on 16-lap-old mediums, and he's been able to hold off fresh soft runners. That's incredible.
Yeah, very impressive
Just
job from
enough.
him, keeping the pace and his concentration and focus. Very, very good. So we're coming into the last lap of this race, lap 29 out of 29. Dempsey almost loses the car out of turn 2. That loses him a bit of time as well. He's almost half a second behind Jadine right now. Spoon has lost quite a bit of time as well. He's lost a couple of tenths on that last lap, so I don't think he's going to be in contention here to attack anymore. But now Dempsey getting wide runs through all of the exits on this track. He's on 11-lap-old softs. They're definitely going to be screaming right now, and you got to be really careful to nurse those back home. I think this is where Jadine is probably getting a tiny little bit of advantage in terms of tire wear, because those mediums don't wear out as quickly, and when they do, they don't really affect your drive as much as the softs do.
But
right
get a
now,
good run out of 11 and 12. He has to.
let's see if Jadine can keep it together. He gets a relatively good run through there. Dempsey doesn't really get an amazing run. Spoon is falling back to a second behind them. This is all or nothing now coming into the last couple of corners. And in the meantime, our race leader, LAS Chris, is about to come around the last corner of this race in what has been an absolutely amazing, unpredictable race, and he is our winner here today. Congratulations to him. Now Jadine manages to keep second position. Dempsey manages to keep third, and Spoon finishes in fourth position. Very impressive drive from all of those guys. Now Lorenzo is about to cross in 5th position as well. A little bit unfortunate from him as he was really in good running earlier in the race to get a better position, maybe even a podium. Now Jordan JT crosses in 6th. Vasilevsky crosses in 7th place. Kovacic in 8th. And Alex Ja is going to be crossing in a second here in 9th place. Again, he was in a very good position at one stage of this race and unfortunately didn't work out for him. Fallen Monkeys is definitely going to be disappointed with this one as well. Finishing in 10th for the last point finisher. We're going to have Terminal Deity, Muddock, and Havoc 21 as our last finishers.
So 21 lap old. Oh, it's still the AI. 21 lap old hearts.
Wow, absolutely amazing action-packed race here in Australia for round 1 of Tier 2 of Season 2 of ISRL Esports, and LAS Chris is our winner here today. It was absolutely unpredictable.
See if we can get him in here.
Nobody on the podium that we have predicted is actually on the podium. But overall, this has been an absolutely incredible race to watch and commentate on. We had, I think, 3 safety cars, 2 VSCs, 5 or 6 retirements in total, and just carnage all around.
Yeah, give me one moment. I gotta be able to, so we can see the race results.
Alright, and running through those right now, again, LAS Chris finishing in 1st, Jedian in 2nd, and Damsey rounding up the podium finishers in 3rd place. Spoon starting in 6th and finishing 4th, so not a bad performance from him. Lorenzo in 5th, Jordan JT in 6th, Vasilevsky in 7th, Kovacic in 8th, Alex Jine 9th, Fallen Monkeys in 10th, Terminal Deity in 11th, Muddock in 12th, and Havoc was the last of the actual finishers on track in 13th. We had Cruz, ISRL Mushroom, Yuri Skocek, Mr. Cool X, Elbiku, and Chill Mo all DNF out of this race. Wow, I honestly don't even know how to summarize this one. It's been just absolutely incredible from start to finish. I kind of wish we didn't have as many incidents and not as many safety cars so we can see more of the on-track battling that we had whenever we had some clean racing going on. I'm also really excited to talk to the podium finishers about, you know, their perspective on the race and also just how did they manage to get through all of that carnage to finish in the top 3 positions today? What influenced their race? So we'll get them on here in the next couple of minutes. And yeah, we'll get them on, and there we go. Actually, our winner, LAS Chris 85, is already in the party with us. So congratulations on an incredible drive today. It was so unpredictable. We honestly got every single prediction today wrong. But I wanted to hear from your perspective. How did you manage to get through all that carnage today?
The safety cars was really helpful today to switch the strategy, to get rid of the soft tires from the qualifying, to switch the mediums on and get through the field a little bit more carefully, but with more pace. And then I switched to the softs near the end of the race, and then it was a need to make the fastest lap time and win the race. Yeah, keep out of trouble.
All right, what do you think was what was the pivotal point for you today? Like, where do you think the race sort of changed into your direction?
You never know. You only can try to have a good start and keep your car out of trouble and then see what happens. So we all know Australia is a really intense course for safety cars, so you can easily switch the strategy. So yeah, everything was playing into my cards today.
Now, how were the tires at the end? Because we saw in Tier 4 yesterday that a gentleman, I don't remember who it was, but 12 laps on the soft tires and they had a puncture. What were your tires like at those last couple of laps?
Oh, I felt really good with the tires. I already experienced that I can easily go with the soft tires for like 13 laps in Australia.
Wow.
So my tire wear in the end was like 56% on the rear axle.
That's amazing, actually. Well, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it, and congratulations on winning.
Thanks, guys. Nice commentary today.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you. Yeah, keep it coming. Keep the pace going throughout the season, and we're expecting to see more good results from you.
Thank you.
I hope I can get more wins than last year.
Oh, we all wish that. But good luck, man. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, and I don't see any of the other podium finishers joining us up right now, so I think this is pretty much going to be it for our post-race commentary. But I want to send out a huge thank you to all of the drivers in Tier 2 today who have done an amazing job in this race. It was one hell of a race to commentate on, and I can't wait for more to happen. Astunik, thank you so much for joining me again today in the
Ah, no
booth.
problem. Don't worry about it. My pleasure.
And again, a huge thank you also goes out to all of the league organizers, everybody who's doing all the work behind the scenes. Thank you for giving me another chance to commentate. I really enjoy it. It's been an absolutely amazing race. If you guys have missed out on all the action here today, please rewind it back and rewatch it again because you will not be disappointed. I can guarantee that. There's been absolute carnage here today. And yeah, there's more to come later on today in just half an hour. We're going to be up in Tier 1 with full qualifying setup. So Q1, Q2, Q3, back here in Australia again. So thank you everybody who's been watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel and leave a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff. We will see you in another half an hour.
Yeah, and we'll also see you next week at Baku. Same time for Tier 2. 2 p.m. Eastern Time.
All right, everybody stay safe, stay healthy. Have a great night.